there. Welcome to Ask TJ About Marketing. I'm your host, Terry Johnson from terryjohnsononline.com. I'm a marketing specialist, and I'm here today to talk about those basic marketing questions that you may have asked and never could find the right answer or current answer or the correct answer, or you just needed some more information about that topic. Well, this is the place today where you're going to get that question answered. Today's question is, so we need to look at our marketing strategy. We need to look at it, refresh it, revive it, put a fresh coat of paint, change the drapes, wash the, whatever you do in your home. It's time to do for marketing strategy because you may not have changed things. So spring is about renewal, growth, new things changing. So we need to look at what has cluttered up our marketing strategy. We need to get rid of. So I'll tell you one thing that I did, just not from, it's March. I was just like, I looked at my my logo, my avatar for all my social media platforms. I was like, I need to change that. So I think like a week or two ago, I just like updated everything. I think I may have missed one or two. So I changed the photo.
Okay.
So that's one thing that you might want to do. You might want to, if your avatar photo on your bios for social media, all your social media platforms, they may be from 2008. I don't know. Whenever you first signed up, you might want to go in and go, I need to change that picture. So that's one thing that you can do just right off the bat. That's going to refresh your profile. It's going to get you attention. People that follow you will see it. And this is the thing about, especially if you do it on Facebook, on your Facebook pages and things, it's going to notify the people that follow your page or your profile. It will say, hey, and it will put the picture there and people will comment on it, which is kind of like a refresh to get them to come back to your page. Now, you don't have to change your profile. I'm just saying that is like one of the things you may want to do.
Right.
Because it's going to send notification. Facebook would definitely notify people. The others, I don't think they notify when you update your profile, but when you post more stuff, it's going to look different because especially with Instagram, there's a certain photo of you, a little small version, and then people go, oh, you changed your image, and they look at your profile, and guess what? That's a touch of engagement, which is what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a way to, like a little bump of, okay, look, I did something new on the page or and especially on your profile. When you do it on your personal profile, everybody comes out, they say all kinds of things about you, like, oh, thanks.
And you become top of mind in that instance.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives you more attention.
Yeah, which is what you want.
And you can actually start a conversation for that too. Somebody reached out to me after I posted an update with a picture and stuff, and they said, oh, and so, hey, I'm glad congratulations or whatever. And I said, thank you. And oh, by the way, guess who I saw? And we just had this conversation back and forth only because I had changed something.
Right. One little thing. And you're thinking, oh, I updated my profile picture. I changed something in the bio. I changed the link. All of those things will get the conversation flowing, which is what you want. And then it's not about selling, because this is the number one thing. It's like, okay, I'm going to sell. I'm online to sell. You're online to get revenue, yes, but that's not how you approach. That's not the process you use. You're going to, like I said, you're going to do an update. You can post an update. You can change your picture. Some little thing that's going to get the algorithm, give it a little jolt. So you want to look at your current strategy. And what I mean here is you want to reevaluate your goals and objectives. Okay, why are you on social media? Remember your purpose. And it is not to sell. It is to be a resource, know, like, and trust. Make sure that you're doing those things that foster that, because it's about the customer journey. I'm starting to hear a lot of talk when I go online. People are starting to write articles and talk about the customer journey. I'm like, where have you guys been? We've been talking about that.
It's like, oh, so glad you all decided to join us.
Right. Russ, now you're on board, because it's not about a one and done sale.
No, it isn't.
Right. Because the cost, and getting into that is something called CAC, or customer acquisition cost, CAC. It costs a lot of money and time to all the efforts and the things in the process that you're doing to get a customer. Right. So once you get that one customer, you don't want to drop the ball and go, okay, thank you for buying this one thing from me. Bye. No, you want to keep that connection going. That's with social media posts. That's with emails. That's if you got them on your SMS. This is a good time to remind them spring and what you're doing, and don't, SMS messages. You're not having a big conversation. You're just saying one or two things, but it could be on SMS to point them to something that you're doing on your blog, or a long post that you wrote on social media, or you want to drive them to something you wrote on LinkedIn or Medium or wherever it is, or you want them to go to YouTube, but you want to use that touch as a driver to a force to say, hey, I'm still connected with you. Even though you bought from me, you don't have to buy from me ever again, but top of mind. We mentioned that about the real estate guy before.
But yeah,
10 years and he made a sale. Okay, so we're talking about evaluating your goals and objectives. Identify what's working and what's not. What is working with your content? What is working where you're posting? Are you getting any traction? Maybe I need to look at another platform. Maybe I need to move somewhere else, or investigate moving somewhere else. And you do that with your analytics. So remember your analytics. You go in, it tells you your top, especially Instagram is good for this. It'll tell you your top performing posts, top posts with the reach, impressions. So that gives you a clue to, okay, this content is working on this platform and I need to do more of it. Or it's, I'm doing different things, testing it out. Remember, Instagram is great for putting stuff in the feed, putting stuff in the stories, putting stuff on Reels. There's a guide section. There's different places to test out your content. And it works. So that's just doing stories. And now I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm getting all these things going on, all of these little notifications. And I go there and I'm like, oh, well, this like your story. Now I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Just from posting a story? Yeah, just from doing a story. I'm not doing a main post. I'm doing just a story, just a daily story on the news, because I know that it's going to go away in 24 hours. So I can do newsy stuff and get some traction. So that's just one of the things you might want to go, okay, is this working? Do more of it. If it's not working, maybe let's go to LinkedIn. Maybe I need to start posting over there and see what kind of traction I get and what kind of responses. And you look at the comments, there's analytics for that. So see, you might want to move from one to the other, or just test out another that you never thought about. Well, I never thought about posting on LinkedIn. Well, there's a lot of things going on over there. And once you post something and somebody likes or comments, they get to see the rest of your stuff. Because LinkedIn is saying, oh, you like that? Well, when you come back into the app, here's some more stuff from that person that you like. More posts that you can look through. So we're identifying what's working and what's not. We also may want to take a look at analyzing our target audience again. Make sure that we understand who they are, what they want, how they interact with your brand, your posts. Are you reaching them? Are you not? Again, analytics. And you can also ask questions. Here's a good place to ask questions in the stories on Instagram, or the polls feature in YouTube, the polls feature in LinkedIn. All of that is, places where you can get information from your target audience to make sure that you and your target audience is still on the same track. Like, are we still together? I mean, is this content, is this stuff you need? Make sure. So you want to make sure your messaging, your visuals, all that stuff is resonating with them. Okay?
Yeah, this is some good stuff here. I hope y'all are taking notes and writing it down and making sure even one of these ideas can start you soaring.
Right. So you want to make sure, are you on the relevant platforms for your audience? You want to make sure that maybe because they may have moved in the last couple years. Remember, we had a pandemic and things all topsy-turvy and things still aren't back to where they were before 2020. They may be on different places. Even though we're looking at TikTok and the potential ban is still, you can still use it. We gave the advice of having a second phone, a burner phone or something, that because it's all about your one phone that has your life on it, financial information, which you may not want to share space with TikTok and WhatsApp, because the apps can see things on your phone, even if you're not using it. It's just one of the things, only because that's where the attention is. That's why I mentioned it. Otherwise, if it wasn't the top app, the hot app where everybody is hanging out and it's the older generations are moving over there. They might be slowing down now because if they're following the news, but most of them are still discovering TikTok. So you want attention. That might be the place to go. And I'm like, it's still a place that you can post for free and get attention. Now it's a place where there's several places to put information to get people to come to your profile and click the link, breadcrumbs, and it's free. Facebook is free. Why not use it? And if we're talking about business opportunity, getting in front of people, eyeballs, those are the places to be. Facebook and Instagram and TikTok if you want to jump in that water. Because of the attention. Maybe in a few years there'll be someplace else. I don't know. But we've been talking just, about the peanut and the dog app. That's where things are. Niche groups, because I'm hanging out with people that talking about the things that I like. And it's a good community. Birds of a feather flock together. We've heard that, right? This applies here. So know your target audience. Know where they're hanging out today, not 5 years ago. Today, where are they now? And use that information and refresh your strategy, because you may need to go to them. You may need to swim or get your boat and row over to where they are now, even though you don't have to like the platform. And Gary Vaynerchuk says this a lot. You do not have to love the platform. I do not love Facebook. I do not love them. But that's what people are. So we got to get used to that.
And we just do what we need to do. You got to do whatever you need to do for your business, for where your people are hanging out.
Yes.
And it's a necessary part of business. We just got to do it.
Right. So you want to evaluate your current platforms. Make sure you're reaching your target audience. Make sure they are where you thought they were last year at this time. Maybe they moved on. But you have to ask. You have to see. You have to investigate. Now, this isn't going to take you, this is going to take me months. Just open an app. Type in your keyword, do a search, and see what's being said. That's all. And you don't have to read everybody's post. Just a few to get a feel. And then you move on. Nobody is spending 100% of their time on these apps. Well, some of the kids are, but they shouldn't. We always say when you're a business owner, your social media is, let me look at it in the morning for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I get a break, lunch, whatever, take a look. After I close the shop or I'm done with my business hours and you got some time, take a look. And before you go to bed, if you want to, take another look. So those are like 3-4 touches that'll give you that'll give you insight. And that's all you want is insight. You cannot read everybody's posts. All right, so let's get back to the spring cleaning. Let's wrap this up. So it's just, you want to have an effective marketing strategy. That's what it is. It's just taking a look and saying, is this working the way that I set it up? Is it working? Do I have to tweak it a little bit? You probably do, because we've been talking about the GPT-4. You might want to tweak it for some of that. You don't have to use it. I'm just saying that is a factor in content creation now, where you're going to see more and more of it, and it's going to be to where these platforms are just going to make content for you. We're not even going to have to input stuff. It's going to make it. But you want to make sure that you're looking at your insights, your target audience, your insights. You're making sure your goals and objectives are the same, making sure that your audience is where you thought they were. They may have moved on, or they may be talking about something new. Just keep your ear out. Just make sure you make room for that. And that's what it's all about. So this is something you might want to do. Spring is a good time. And then when fall comes, that's another time you might want to look at it, because it's 6 months later. You might want to look at it. And we're definitely going to be in a different position 6 months from now. We're definitely going to be in a different position. There'll be something we got to look at and do. And that's just how it is. Everything's moving faster, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah,
Everything's moving faster.
it is.
So we got to keep up. I know it's dizzying. I know who's got the time? I have the time. I'm looking at it for you. So if it's something we need to look at, we'll definitely talk about it on the Tuesday show, or we'll talk about it definitely on the Tech Friday show. It'll be brought up between those two places. So just make sure you're here. Make sure you're listening. If you're not live, watch the replay. You can watch the replay. I watch the replays all the time, because I forget what I said. I'm like, I said something about this, and then I go back and I'm listening, like, oh, okay. And then I'm going to start using like little voice clips and things. I had an idea yesterday, so I'm going to try that today. So we'll see. But that's it. So you want to do your spring cleaning for your marketing strategy to make sure that everything's on track, that you're reaching the people that you need to reach, your goals are being met, and your business is growing. That's the purpose. That's it.
This is good stuff. You've upped my social media marketing game. You helped me, actually marketing in general, having me think differently about how to do things, and it's made it easier too to connect with clients. It's not
good, because the idea, marketing is marketing. The marketing we're doing today is the marketing they did on Mad Men in the 60s. It's just the tools are different.
Right.
The process is the same. Marketing is marketing. It's about getting in front of people. How do I get in front of people? What are the minds of the people that I want them to buy? What are they thinking? What are they doing? What are they feeling? So think about now versus, say, the 60s. Things are totally 1,000% different. But the whole process of, okay, we need to get in front of people in order to what? In order to sell this, or to educate them about buying this down the road. All that is the same. It's just now we're using ChatGPT, GPT-4. There'll be something else. Social media. We're using social media. We've gotten used to using that. Remember, 10 years ago, we weren't using, was it 10 or 15? Maybe 15 years ago, we weren't using social media for this.
True.
Just doing things. But we weren't using it for business like we're using it now. So let me know if you have any other questions about this question or any of the previous questions. Reach out to me, TerryJohnsonOnline.com, or go to your favorite social media platform. I'm there as Terry Johnson Online. Terry Johnson Online. Reach out to me, send me a DM, a comment, ask me a question, and I'll answer it, because I love answering questions. Believe it or not, I do. So if you've got one of those questions, or you need more information, you need more detail, reach out to me, TerryJohnsonOnline.com, and I will answer it right away, or as soon as I can. So give me some time, and I'll answer your question. Okay. So that's it for today's question, and I will see you next time.